I want my money back. The money that your husband and his 10 friends stole from me. With interest. $160 million over 3 years. It's a lot of vig.
Stand by. And roll sound.
Rolling. That's what, please.
Starting today's work, this is scene 52. A&B cameras now in use, and it's take one.
Ready, and action.
No, hold on now. Sure, I mean, people already talking, calling us Ocean 11. Now, who decided that? I'm a private contractor.
If we were going to do a sequel, we wanted to do one with a good script, because we're not remaking Ocean's 11 again. It doesn't just work having everybody back in the room. There has to be sort of a reason to have it.
Warner Brothers sent me a script, which they thought might be right for George and Brad, and they asked me to read it to see if I'd produce it. I read it, and I thought it was a terrific idea for Ocean's 12.
I got a call from Jerry saying, listen, I just got sent this script called Honor Among Thieves that George Nofi's written, and I think there's some elements in it that you're really going to respond to.
And then Steven read it and said, there is a way to take this script and adapt it for our purposes and make it Ocean's 12.
And with some adjusting, we could fit the storyline into what it is that Steven wanted to do as a sequel.
Continue on scene 52, R. Roger, A&B cameras, take two.
I had a feeling that if we came up with a good idea, that we could get everybody back, because they were excited about the possibility of working together again if we could find a piece of material that was going to deliver in the same way as the first film.
Well, after doing the first one and coming out of that experience, having had so much fun, and it wasn't that hard to convince people to come back.
It wasn't hard to bring them back. It was very easy to bring them back. They all wanted to come back. Nobody said no to the movie. They were all there in a second.
I think it was a contractual thing for everyone because no one wanted to work with each other, but our arms were twisted, really. Oh, you mean the story? In the story, why do we get back together? I think...
At the beginning of the story, Benedict shows up.
This? You couldn't see this?
And he's found out that the 11 of us ripped him off. And he gives us 2 weeks to get his money back with interest, or he's going to send us to jail. Or worse.
The character's going to stay involved. Like, there's only really two ways. You either join him or kill him.
You can't rob a guy like Benedict and expect for it just to be over. You know, Benedict is not the guy that you mess with and just get over and go hee-hee-ha-ha about.
Oh, Terry.
You know, somebody got to pay the price in this.
Let's get back on the topic. Based on what we stole, plus interest, how much does everybody owe?
$17.34 million. Assuming Benedict gives us prime plus one, which I doubt, figure 19 to be safe.
Okay, 19 each. Anybody got that?
I have my share of the money to return to him. However, my brother, who's a delinquent, he spent all his money.
14.
You spent all but $5 million?
Yeah, I did. You gonna start with me in front of everybody?
So it puts us in a bind, along with some of the other guys who everyone has spent a little bit of their money.
8.
I spent about $1 million.
I'm like 9.
They had, what, $16 million apiece? And now they have to go to work again.
What we do know is we need a job. We need a high-paying job.
Well, now we're too hot to work anywhere in this country.
So we go abroad.
So they decide to go to Europe. And Rusty, the Brad Pitt character, decides that they should go to Amsterdam.
Why did we go to Amsterdam? Oh, yeah, I was in Amsterdam. I did go to Amsterdam.
Scene 61, A mark only.
The fact that we're unemployable should never enter your mind. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and his. And if you mention Benedict, don't mention... Damn it.
First job is going to be stealing this document from this recluse, but that's for small beans.
2.5 million euro.
Wait, each?
No. We needed a little startup money. We needed to get back in the swing of things, so we pulled off one quick one. Didn't end up being so quick.
There's a bit of a mystery about why Amsterdam, and we discover that there's an ulterior motive on Rusty's part.
Isabella Lahiri is a Europol agent with a history of being around thieves. She's on a fast track to get this thief when the ocean guys come along.
She's somebody who possibly could stand in the way of our achieving what we need to achieve.
She knows everything about every famous heist that's ever been pulled off.
You know the name Max Schumann?
And as it turns out, she's having a relationship with Brad Pitt's character, and the rest of the group didn't know about it.
And you lied to her.
Well, I know she plays this gorgeous femme fatale very well. I'm just saying, look a little deeper.
Isabel is a thorn in our side and the wrong person to be, quote unquote, in bed with.
That means it's yes. Well, you better.
Yeah. We come to find out that we were set up by a master thief in Europe, Europe's greatest thief.
To lure. This I do know because I met him. He's played by Vincent Cassel, and he is a better actor than all of us. This film was lucky to have him. Let me tell you, or it would really been a disaster. A complete and utter debacle.
He's a shyster, but he's a dangerous shyster. And this guy is very impressive.
He's rich, he's spoiled, he's very arrogant, very stylish, smart, trained. He's an antagonist, of course, but he's not bad. Actually, he's more or less like them.
Quelle joie et quelle surprise de vous voir ici.
Mr. Ocean.
He wanted the chance to determine who, in fact, was the greatest thief in the world. Is it him or is it the 11 of us? Because he feels like the Benedict job was a fluke.
The problem is Toulour has an enormous ego. I mean, he realizes that it's impossible to compare two different crimes, that the only way to really prove who's the best is to go after the same thing at the same time. And this is why he wants to go head-to-head with these guys.
What are we stealing?
Toulour basically suggests to us that what we should steal is the hardest thing in the world to steal.
In the physical universe we occupy, it cannot be done.
And Toulour's challenge is very simple. This object is going on display on a Monday. Your deadline with Benedict is on a Wednesday. You have 48 hours to steal this thing.
And if they win, he pays their debt to Terry Benedict.
That's asking a lot. What else?
That's good. That'd be a good plot point. Did they put that in?
Well, things get bad at a certain point, and they've been reduced to 3 members of the gang to pull off this heist, which is literally impossible.
All right, let's just stay on point here. Basher and Turk and I are absolutely at our wits' end in terms of what to do. We basically have to resort to desperate measures, which is to call Tess and invite her into the group to play a crucial role.
Small role. Who am I supposed to be?
Well, fantastic.
She's completely duped and deceived and lied to, and that's how she gets pulled into it.
He told me everything was fine. He lied right to me.
Well, what I think he meant by fine is that we're running low on time and money, and we're deeper in debt than when we started.
Every single one of them lies to her, leading her one more step along the path. Then she realizes, well, she's here, and something has to be done, and at that point, she becomes a participant.
The problem is, as is always the case, there is a wild card that affects her directly.
You'd really have to consult the script, is what I think the director was saying.
Sorry, hold on.
What's really fantastic about this group is this generosity of spirit. Nobody has any egos about or worries about not getting lines or anything. You'll see Matt and Brad in a scene together, and they're both sort of actively trying to let the other person have the scene.
Can I ask you something? You ever notice that
If you're gonna ask me a question, give me time to respond. Unless you're asking rhetorically, in which case the answer is obvious, yes.
Okay, can I ask you?
Yes.
Thanks.
That doesn't happen all that often. It's just really fun, sweet people enjoying what they do.
Clooney, Damon, enough with the nice guy thing. I mean, come on.
What strikes me is just how fun and easy this can all be. Not fun to the point that we don't take our work seriously and we don't enjoy collaborating as actors together, but it's just a wonderful energy. Everyone's so happy to be here.
When the camera's not rolling, they're either singing,
I really need you tonight.
dancing, or sparring, boxing, or just reminiscing. I mean, it's sort of sickening. They have so much fun, and they're getting paid for it.
We did manage to get an enormous amount of work done. That's the baffling mystery of this group. I don't know how we have so much fun and get so much work accomplished at the same time.
My girl does want to party all the time. Party all the time.
We're a little bit like a family now, and especially enjoyed seeing this chemistry come to life. And I'm having even more fun this time.
It was a ball. I mean, it's kind of cliche to say, I love all the guys, but everybody is, really unique and different, and every day on the set, we're just laughing.
It makes for the atmosphere that you feel around here. And it's too bad that every movie can't be like this, because this is a great working environment.
So let's presume from a guideline. Damn it, why can't I talk?
I would like to say that I've had the time of my life on this one, but I can't, which is really frustrating for an artist like myself.
We got all that recorded, my friend. The first film was like a throwback to the 70s films. This feels more like a 60s film, but it feels really fun, and it seems like it has a great sense of humor in it.
It's madness.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's Italian television crazy.
This Ocean's 12 is very different from Ocean's 11 because you never know who's scamming who.
It's a cat and mouse game all the way through, and I think the audience will find that so exciting as it unfolds, because you never quite know who's playing the fiddle. It's nice to see you again, Robert.
When you look at the fantastic locations we shot at, the backgrounds of Amsterdam, Paris, Lake Como, Rome, and then dispersed with that, you see this fantastic cast. You can't take your eyes off the screen. It's great. It's Hollywood the way Hollywood's supposed to be.
Will there be a 13? It all depends on the lawsuits, and